Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do all 14 of the spray and pray challenges, featuring the locations of the lost spray cans, the fountain, junkyard crane, vending machine, different gas stations, chests inside of containers with windows, graffiti covered billboards, just every single challenge and location for these missions this week. Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video. How you guys doing? As I said, this is going to be a full guide for the spray and pray challenges with all of the locations, tips and tricks for all of the challenges, so that basically this is the only guide you need for the regular ones, the prestige ones, all 14 of them in one single video. And with that being said guys, if you do find this helpful, be sure to hit that like button down below and also comment what tier you guys are at, and also hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be posting these all-in-one challenges guides for every single week of these challenges. And without further ado here, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Just with the first challenge, we have a lot of them to go through and we're going to be going through them in order. So first of all, you have the deal damage with SMGs to opponents. Very simple one, and then we'll get into the locations of the fountain, junkyard crane, and vending machine, then the gas stations, then the spray cans, and then we'll go from there with the rest of the challenges. But yeah guys, starting off with a simple one, deal damage with SMGs to opponents. Need a total of 500 damage for that one. I don't really have any tricks for you because it's a pretty easy one. Simply go into Team Rumble, grab an SMG. I recommend the suppressed one because that's like my favorite, works very well. Also, the burst isn't that terrible. If you can get close enough to other players, it actually is fairly accurate and can do some decent amounts of damage. So for sure, if you pick up one of those, they're super common. You should be able to get this challenge done easily. Now after that then, with the spray a fountain, a junkyard crane, and a vending machine challenge, let's go ahead and jump into this one. Now I will also recommend, before getting into these ones where you have to actually spray a location, go into your locker, pick any spray, doesn't matter, but simply just equip it. If you don't have one there, it takes a lot of time to scroll through like the different pages, so that's just a simple reminder to help you save a little bit of time. But as for the location of the fountain, that can be found inside of Mega Mall, inside of the actual mall itself. So simply when you're dropping into a game, head right into the center of Mega Mall and you'll be able to find the fountain right there. That's the first part of the challenge done. Now after that then, you're going to want to head all the way over to Junk Junction. You can maybe make it there in the same game, but you may want to wait for another game. Either way though, you'll be able to find a crane. As you can see here, I'm just dropping into Playground as an example to show you. You can't actually do the challenge in Playground, but the crane I believe is right here, so simply spray that. And then also, I'm not sure if the one at the front works as well, but either way you can try both of them. But that should be the second location you need, and then you can simply run right over to the vending machine that's right outside of Junk Junction. If it decides to spawn, it should spawn most of the time, sometimes it doesn't, but there's a vending machine for you to grab for that one. Now moving on here to the next challenge I want to cover. This one is to spray different gas stations. You need to find 3 of them, and I've got a bunch of those locations to show you right here. So let's start off with the 3 that are super close together, and these are the fastest to get. But basically I would recommend starting at Lucky Landing. The reason I recommend that is because you can land at this building right here, break through it, and then you'll be able to find a drift board to travel in between the different gas stations. So simply fly out of there with the drift board and head over to this location directly north of Lucky Landing, very close to it, and there is the first location for the gas stations that you can find. Now after that then, you want to simply head to the west, so take a right and head over to the desert biome. You'll be able to find another gas station that I'm pretty sure counts. It's technically called the Truck and Oasis, but it looks like a gas station, so I believe that one counts as well. So simply use a spray on that one, and that should be the second one done. Now after that then, there is another close one that you can find. You can either directly follow the road or go a little bit off-roading. Whatever you want to do, you simply want to head over to Paradise Palms though, and there's a gas station right at the closest corner to you that you can find right there. So yeah, that is another very easy one to find. Now if for some reason you're on the other side of the map and you still want to find some gas stations, or actually this one isn't on the other side of the map, it's towards the center. There is one inside of Salty Springs, as you can see right there, so that's a very easy one to find. And then another one that I remember is over sort of near Pleasant Park, in between Pleasant Park and Loot Lake. There's one on the road just in between those 2 locations. So yeah, there may or may not be more than that, but that should be plenty for this challenge. Then after that guys, let's jump into it with the locations of the lost spray cans, or the challenge where you have to find the lost spray can. You need to find a total of 5, but I'm going to be showing you guys 7 here, so you have a little bit of extra. But basically, let's go ahead and jump into it. And also guys, as a reminder, if you want to help support me, these guides, and want to help me out, be sure to use code TheLlamaSir in the item shop. That's a super easy way to help me out, and I appreciate it a ton. But let's get into it with the first location. Basically, let's start at the umbrella to the north of Loot Lake. As you can see right here, first of all, you're looking for these like tilted sprays on the walls, because those then mean that there is a spray can nearby. Like as you can see right here, inside of the umbrella, there is a spray can right there next to that spray that is on the wall. So that's basically what you're looking for, but specifically you want to search the spray can or find it. Now then after that, you want to head over to the lava tunnel, the one sort of near the jungle biome. Basically head over to the lava and find this tunnel right here. As you can see, there is the spray on the wall, and then the spray can is right below it behind this pillar, as you can see right there. So very easy to find. Now after that, then there is one at the frozen waterfall beneath the Vikings village, as you can see right there. And then you can find the can right under this tree, as you can see there. Now then after that, I believe the closest is then at Shifty Shafts. So if you head on over there, you want to specifically go like inside of the mine and then find, you're actually going to want to break down this wall right here. And inside of there, you'll be able to find the fourth one. Now then for the fifth one, you want to head over to the sort of like dance club area. It's in the snow biome, but it's right over here. Outside of it, you'll be able to find a container with the spray on it, and then the can itself will be next to the tent. And then finally for some extra ones, there's one at the junkyard in the desert biome, as you can see right there. And then there is another one at the hero base. If you go down like to the sort of hangar type area in the back, you'll be able to find one, as you can see on screen, sitting on the ground. But yeah guys, that should be plenty to help you get done with that challenge. So let's move on to the next one. Got a bunch of other location challenges coming up in the prestige ones, like the containers with windows, the spray painted billboards, all of that. But getting through some easy ones here, you have deal damage to opponent structures with a minigun. That is very simple to do. Simply go into Team Rumble, search around for a minigun, and then wait for the match to, you know, start getting going with like a bunch of builds happening, and then just tear through opponents' builds. You may have to get some eliminations to get some more ammo, but also search ammo boxes. Make sure you have a bunch of ammo to get this challenge done. On top of that, you also have eliminate opponents with an SMG less than 15 meters away. That is very simple because 15 meters is actually a decent distance. I think it's somewhere around like 5 walls. It's somewhere around there, maybe 5 to 6, but yeah, that's plenty of distance to get this one done. You only need 3 eliminations, so if you go into Team Rumble, that really shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then after that, you also have search chests at Tilted, but as of right now, it is Tilted Town, so I'm not quite an expert on the chests quite yet, but I do know that this like main big building has, I think, at least 5, so that may be where you want to go. However, it's probably also going to be pretty busy, so you may want to go over to some less crowded buildings and things like that and search for a few over there. But either way, guys, moving on here to the next one. This is another easy one real quick. Eliminations with an SMG in a single match. You need 2 of those, so obviously, guys, go into Team Rumble. Should be pretty easy. Only 2 eliminations with an SMG in Team Rumble. That's pretty straightforward, but by far, that is the best way to go about doing it. Now, after that, then, here's a tough one. Search chests inside containers with windows. What does that mean? Where are these containers? Don't worry, guys, I've got all of the locations to show you, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh, and also, guys, if you haven't followed me on Twitter yet, I've been doing some giveaways over there recently, and there's another one going on right now for some gifted skins, so be sure to follow me over there at TheLlamaSir. So basically, for example here, let's start off with this one sort of in between Dusty Depot and the factories. As you can see, it is on top of that tower of containers and things like that, and you will see that there is a window spray on the side of the container, and then inside of that container is a chest. So that is exactly what you're trying to search here. So for example, there is one right there, and then if you head into the factories and specifically go inside of this building right here, there is another container that you can find, and there's another chest inside of that one. So again, that is exactly what you're looking for, but these next couple of locations are fairly far away from each other, so you may have to do them in different matches or grab like a drift board or something. But for example, after that, you can head over to the pressure plant, or like right in front of the pressure plant at the lava. There are 2 containers super close together. Each one has a window on it. As you can see, there's one right there, and then another one very close to it over here. So those are some good ones to go after, but then on top of that, you're then going to need to head over back to that like area in the snow biome with the dancing, what is it called? Dance club? I don't know, but you'll be able to find a window on the side of this truck. So go inside of there, you'll be able to find a chest. And then finally, if you go over to that building that's similar to the one inside of the factories, there's another container with a chest that you can find, so that should be plenty to help you guys get this challenge done. Now then after that, another tough challenge, spray cars or trucks in different named locations. This one's a little bit tough because not every single location has cars or trucks. However, guys, I do have a route that I would recommend going. Now basically, guys, that route is to go from Junk Junction to Haunted Hills to Pleasant Park to the block, down to Loot Lake, and then finally to Dusty Depot. Now the reason I recommend those is because you can actually start right up here and get a drift board from this location, the racetrack, and then head over to Junk Junction, find a car, like for example, there's one right here, and then when you head over to Haunted Hills, for example, there is a truck like right in the center of Haunted Hills. Now then after that, Pleasant Park obviously has a ton of cars and stuff like that, so that one's very easy to get. And then you can go to the block, which will change around quite a bit, but oftentimes they do have cars. Like for example, there is a truck right here that you can see, or car, whatever. And then you want to head over to Loot Lake. As you can see, there's actually one inside of this house right there. Very easy to get. And then you can move on over to Dusty Depot and finally find a truck. I'm pretty sure these trucks count, these like semi trucks. If they don't, simply move over to Salty Springs or Mega Mall. But those are 6 locations that are fairly close together, and I think they're actually the closest together that happen to have these. After that, then then you have to visit graffiti covered billboards in a single match. This one is actually a lot easier than it sounds because there are only 2 billboards that you need to visit and they're fairly close together. Now, as for the first one, you want to head to Shifty Shafts. Or actually, it doesn't really matter which one you start with, but for example, the billboard right here is right out in front of it, facing those 2 houses. But yeah, you're looking for the GG spray on the front of the billboard, so visit that, and then you can make your way over to the next one, which is directly, or pretty much directly east from there. So go head towards the ravine, down here, go up this hill, and then you'll be able to find the second billboard with the GG spray on it, and that is the one that you need to complete this challenge as well. So that one, again, very simple once you know how to do it. Now after that, you have to damage opponents with a minigun, which is very simple, pretty much the same exact process I showed you as with the one where you have to damage structures, but this time you instead need to aim for enemy players, which should be fairly easy. Again, go into Team Rumble. Should have plenty of time to get this one done, especially with respawns. That's by far the best way of going about doing it. And then also you have eliminate opponents with an SMG from less than 5 meters away, which is a bit tougher. 5 meters is fairly close. I believe it's between 1 and 2 walls, so obviously you're gonna have to get in close, but if you do something like Team Rumble, you know, you can take advantage of the respawns, search out an enemy, then land right next to them, and get that elimination super easily. It also helps in Team Rumble because a lot of the times people don't have shield, making it easier to get that elimination. And then for the final challenge of this week, this one is to eliminate opponents in Tilted with the Tilted Technique outfit. So that's pretty simple. It is 5 eliminations, but if you do a few games of solo, should be pretty straightforward. Just again, make sure you're using the Tilted Technique outfit from the Battle Pass. I've been using it quite a bunch. It's a pretty good skin, but again, once more, make sure you have it on, or else you'll just be wasting time because your eliminations won't count for the challenge unless you're wearing this outfit. So yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this set of challenges for this week. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below because I'll be helping you out with next week's challenges as well, just like this one. On top of that, check out my previous videos here on the left, going over the rift zones and stuff with Tilted, and then below that, my previous guide for the road trip challenges. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.